From Montreal, Canada, and serving up a gutsy, revved up modern reimagining of classic rock ideals, they've been on the cover of Rolling Stone, they've been touring the UK and Europe for the last 4 years, and now they're here. Actually, who do I have here?
My name is Leela, and I'm the lead singer and play rhythm guitar.
Hi, I'm Tom, I play guitar.
Welcome, the damn truth.
Thanks for having us, man.
Good to be here.
I love the setup you got back there. Is that like your home studio? Is that like a jam space?
Oh, this is our studio. It's a recording studio.
Oh, well, hell, do I feel lucky to be in the damn truth's studio. Now, I gotta do it. I gotta ask, how did it all begin? What's the truth? What's the damn origin story for the damn truth?
Tom and I met naked singing around a bonfire. That's where it all started.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a good story.
I know, yeah, that's already an exclusive that I got. That's Dr. T exclusive. That's a Dr. T exclusive.
Dr. T exclusive.
Yeah, we were at a festival. It was pretty and hot, and everybody was naked, and I was playing the acoustic guitar around the bonfire, singing a Crosby, Stills, and Nash & Young song. Suddenly, this dude sits down with his guitar. We started playing, and we didn't stop for like 8 hours.
That's bare. Raw. That's the truth. With your music, what are some inspirations in your music, in your sound?
I was always personally attracted to the late 60s and early 70s rock era, where music was not just about fashion and success, but it was also about experimentation and trying to say something a bit deeper, I guess. And I really resonated with that kind of sound when I was young, even though definitely grew up much later than that. I always wanted to do something in that vein. And when we were coming up in Montreal around 10 years ago, the whole scene here was very exclusively indie folk, electro type thing that was happening that was really hot at the time. And we just couldn't find our place in it. So we decided to maybe start a band that we would be happy to go see, and that's the origin.
I would say this all the time. I was born way too late. I'm like a 90s baby, but like I belong in the 80s. I belong in the 70s. Coming off of your new self-titled album released in March, I want to keep these exclusives flowing. I want to keep them coming here. What are some of your favorite tracks off of The Damn Truth? Are there any fun stories from the recording or writing process?
There's actually like a really cool story of one of my favorite tracks on the album. It's called The Willow. And The Willow is a song that Leela and I about 8 years ago sat in our living room. Maybe a little tipsy. I'm not sure, probably. And we just put the phone on record and we kind of jammed and we let the ideas flow and totally forgot about it, to be honest with you. Now in the process of recording this album, Bob Rock, who produced the record, wanted to hear all kinds of demos that we have, all kinds of songs. So I found this old hard drive in one of my drawers. And before throwing it out, I was like, maybe I should check what's on it. And I came across this little tidbit that it is The Willow. Basically, the whole song was there, written. And I listened to it and I was like, oh my God, I couldn't remember recording it. I didn't remember anything about it. But I was like,
Played it for me. I was like, I couldn't remember singing it. Nothing.
This is really good. So I played it to Leela and she said, yeah, this is amazing. Send it to Bob right now. And I'm like, I can't send it to Bob Rock. This is, it's like an iPhone recording from like 8 years ago. It sounds like crap. Let me make a demo here in my studio. So I made a demo and I wasn't happy with it and whatever. And she said, send it now to Bob or we're through, basically,
Oh, yeah, because it could take him, days and days and agony over, it's not perfect, it's not good enough to send to Bob, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it's already great. Just send it to him.
So I sent it to Bob and about 3 minutes later, he called. And he was like, this is it, we got it. Let's make a record.
Dr. T exclusive.
Well, hot damn, such a blessing from such a tidbit.
Yeah.
Or here in Canada, a timbit.
Sure.
Yes, that was actually leading into my next spot. It was recorded at Bryan Adams' Warehouse Studios in Vancouver, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, you're correct.
Produced, yes, by the legendary Bob Rock. Yes.
Correct.
He, also known as a guy who's done Motley Crue, Bon Jovi, The Offspring.
Metallica.
Metallica too?
The Black Album.
The Black Album is him.
I thought I did my research here, and I'm slipping here. I'm slipping. But I want to ask, how did it feel when you were on the call with Bob Rock and knowing you're about to make a blues, folk, psychedelic rock history? What was going through your mind at that point?
Well, truthfully, we'll take you back to the first time we spoke with Bob, because that was on our previous record. We already worked with him on our last album as well. So the first time we spoke, or were about to speak, we were all shaking in our pants. Like, there was absolute terror. We couldn't believe we had got this opportunity, that he liked the demos we sent him, that he's willing to talk to us, and that he's potentially going to work with us. It was still not sure. Like, this was all going to be decided upon in this conversation if we kind of get each other's drift, and it was so scary and so terrifying. You know, he's a hero to the whole band, and to be able to talk to the legend himself was really, really terrifying. But the minute we got him on the phone, and the minute he sort of talked to us about his vision for the demos that he heard and what kind of album he would like to make with us, it was so clear as day that we have the same intentions, that we have the same inspirations, that he also comes from that 60s, 70s, you know, Zeppelin-esque album that would, you know, all recorded together live off the floor. That's exactly what we wanted to make. So the minute we got like our heads together, we were aligned, it was amazing, and it was smooth sailing from then on.
Just such a good Canadian boy, you know. It's like such a legend, and it's such a nice man, and loving, and he's, you know, I'm proud to say that, like, you know, he's a fan of The Damn Truth, and he wanted to make this record because Bob Rock doesn't have to make anything that he doesn't want to make. He doesn't work for a living anymore, you know, so he wanted to make this album with us, and it was a complete collaborative effort, and it was awesome. It was really fun.
Well, I'm glad to know that I have something in common with Bob Rock. I am such a fan of The Damn Truth.
But if I don't make it home, tell my sister, tell my brother.
But again, we're talking about me. I want to talk about you. And you have a tour coming up, if I believe correctly.
Yeah, we got a bunch of tours coming up. We basically are on tour all the time, and when we're not on tour, we are less than happy campers. We absolutely love being on the road. So we're leaving in a month or so. First, we've got a big show coming up with the Beach Boys around here in Montreal. We're playing with them for a crazy fundraiser, and right after that, we're taking off to Europe for almost 2 months. And then we come back and do a cross sort of Eastern, you know, Canada tour. And then in November, we're back to the UK again, where we always go back and forth, UK and Europe. So lots of traveling in our future.
Yeah, that's a lot of hot pockets on the road.
We love it. We love it, man. No, we eat well on the road.
What's like your menu on the road? Like what's like a staple in The Damn Truth's menu?
Well, it depends on the country, man.
Yeah, it depends on the country. We eat local, man.
Yeah, well, obviously, if you're in France, you're gonna have the bread and cheese and the French cuisine. If we're in England, there's a place called Toby's. I don't know if you've ever been to the UK, but it's kind of like their Tim Hortons. It's not a coffee shop, but it's everywhere there, and it's
every small town has a Toby's.
It's kind of like a Thanksgiving dinner every day.
Every day
they serve a full Thanksgiving dinner, and I love it because, you know, in the UK it's like always raining and kind of gloomy, even in the middle of the summer. So it's like a Thanksgiving dinner every day on the road. It's perfect.
Cool. So it's kind of like Tim Hortons meets Swiss Chalet.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like that. It's like a carvery.
Yeah, so it's all you can eat. They've got the 4, slabs of meat that you choose from, and then all you can eat sides. And it's
awesome.
Great. And, delicious beer and everything you could imagine as well. And so that's great. Or in UK, it's Indian food. Like, they have amazing curries and, there's a lot of incredible food.
And obviously here in Canada, it's always a Tim Hortons on the road, just because you can't avoid it, yeah?
Well, I'm a sucker for roti, and I'm also a sucker for a good double-double.
Yep.
So, using that to transition, your upcoming tour, if you could limit it down, I know this is going to be a hard one, what are some of the stops you are most looking forward to?
There's a festival in Romania. This is our second year in a row that we're going to. It is absolutely, it's like mayhem. Like imagine a festival of over 5,000 people that camp out, families, old, young, you know, it's like, and it's in the middle of the mountains.
It's the biggest music, rock, blues, folk festival in Eastern Europe. So it's pretty cool. We get to headline a night there, and it's amazing. Last year we did it for the first time, and we've never been to Romania before or anything like that. We were in the middle of a European tour. We flew just to do that festival and we started playing our set, and these women on the front row just singing all the lyrics, crying real tears, and it's like
Throughout the whole set,
they know,
so emotional.
they knew our music, and it was a really emotional moment. Yeah.
That must be an achievement, watching a whole crowd of people singing your lyrics back at you.
It was crazy, especially in a country you've never been to before.
Never been to, yeah.
I can imagine. Now, are there any stages in the past that bring memorable memories to your memory?
There's a couple places that were like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm standing on this stage. Like the Whiskey A Go-Go is one. Like we sold out the Whiskey A Go-Go a few years back in LA, also first time ever being in California, and people just showed up to the show, and it was like, oh my God, you know, we're standing on the same stage as Jim Morrison, and then Kiss and Zeppelin and all those guys. And then there was a place in the UK, we were on a tour with Glenn Hughes. Glenn Hughes is the lead singer of Deep Purple.
Oh, really?
And we were on tour opening for Glenn Hughes, and we played the Town Hall in
Birmingham.
In Birmingham, and that's where Led Zeppelin played their first gig. Black Sabbath played
And Ozzy, yeah.
and Ozzy,
Cool.
Black Sabbath played their first gig there. Like they were teenagers in Birmingham, and that's where those guys played. So the Town Hall has been around since like I think the early 1900s. Elvis played there. Really cool. The Beatles played there, you know. So it's like being on that stage was also a moment. Was like pinch me.
Yeah, yeah.
Tossing out names here like it's nothing. No, you are the next Black Sabbath. You are the next Deep Purple. You are the damn truth. Being the damn truth, you must have been battling those darn lies your whole musical career. What is the biggest lie you feel musicians face in the music industry?
I'm going to answer something that doesn't really affect me personally, but I see it from the sidelines a lot. Just by being in a band with like a female singer, just being in a rock band with a girl, it's so much harder for us to get on the playlists and to get added just because we have a girl in the band. And that's something that in 2025, a lot of people don't realize it's still an issue. But for every 20 songs with a male vocalist, we get one song with a female vocalist on rock radio here in Canada.
Radio here in Canada. It's a true statistic.
But I want to also ask, what do you believe is the hardest truth? If you were to give any damn truth or tips to those starting out in the rock and roll, what would it be?
Wow. Be true to yourself. Don't follow any fad unless you love it to death. Like, you know, just be who you are, and it doesn't matter for an iota, you know, if anyone cares or listens. It's really do what is true to you, do what makes you tick.
I think also I would give an advice from a bit of a different perspective here as a guy who owns a studio, and I record a lot of bands and I produce. And I'd say, especially when it comes to real music with instruments and singing, and I mean, make sure that you can do it, you know? It's like, make sure that when the time comes and you have to be on stage and you have to deliver, that you can do it. Because these days with AI and studio trickery, and I know because I work in this industry, it's so easy to make everybody sound great on record. But for us, for what we do in our realm of rock and roll, it's all about the live, the festivals and the live shows and the connection with the audience. Make sure that you know what you're doing.
Yeah. Listen to their newest single.
You cracked yourself up there.
C'est mieux comme ça. Yes.
C'est mieux comme ça.
C'est mieux comme ça.
Et mieux comme ça, and their newest album on Spotify, plus all major music platforms. Plus, follow them on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, at The Damn Truth. Watch their music videos on YouTube, at The Damn Truth, and buy vinyls and merch on www.thedamntruth.com. Plus, like and subscribe to this interview for more awesome exclusive interviews on my channel. You know, the Dr. T Show, and then plus times 4.
We are the damn truth, and it's no lie. The truth will set you free on the Dr. T Show.
There's more